Alors, bienvenue à vous tous dans notre atelier. Welcome. Who speak French? Who speak English? French? No French? Français?
English.
English? La plupart c'est en anglais.
Je ne parle pas français.
My colleague speak English. More good than me. Elle est là. On fait tout en anglais alors.
En anglais?
Ça va en anglais aussi là.
Oui.
Ça on fait une seconde pour te voir. Ouais, c'est bon.
This is the fruit of the chocolate. Might be surprising to call it like that. It's called a cocoa pod. You slit it in two, and inside you find the cocoa beans. You can find these cocoa pods all around the equator, so they need warmth and humidity to grow. After that, they're going to be set out. The cocoa beans are going to be set out to dry under the equatorial sun for a period of 20 days. But they're going to dry out. After that, they're going to be brought to European countries for the simple reason that the countries that produce the beans haven't got enough money to buy the machines that will transform the beans into chocolates. So, these beans are going to be roasted at over 180 degrees to separate the cocoa mass from the cocoa butter, the two main components of chocolate. With that, you just add a bit of sugar and you have dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is cocoa mass, cocoa butter and sugar. Milk chocolate is the same three components with a bit of milk powder. And white chocolate, which is sometimes not called real chocolate, is cocoa butter, sugar and milk powder. So, we start our work when we receive our chocolate in this shape, little round chips. When we receive the chocolate, we put them into these three tanks that you can see over your heads. These three tanks have one sole purpose, they're to melt the chocolate down. We separate the chocolates following the type of chocolate, obviously, but also because they don't melt at the same temperature. Dark chocolate, which is this one, melts at 50 degrees, whereas milk chocolate and white chocolate melt at 45 degrees. You cannot work with chocolate when it's that hot. You have to bring it down to the right temperature, which is 32 degrees for dark chocolate. If you haven't got 32 degrees, you haven't got good chocolate. Two ways of doing it. The first way is using this machine. Put your gallons of chocolate into this machine, press on a button, and automatically it's down to the right temperature. That won't be very interesting, so we're going to show you the olden ways of doing it, using this marble table. Here my colleague is just going to take some hot dark chocolate. Just for your information, it's about a kilo every 3 seconds. It's not bad. It's a nice tap to have. Chocolate is at 50 degrees, and we want to bring it down to 32 degrees. For that, we're going to use this marble table. A marble table has a specialty, it always stays between 10 and 15 degrees, no matter how hot it is or how hot the liquid is. If you want to take any photos, it's now or never. It's him you have to be looking at, not me.
Alors, on y va, on commence. Allez-y.
He has chocolates at 50 degrees and a table that's between 10 and 15 degrees. He's just going to spread the chocolate onto the table. If he just spreads it and leaves it like that, the bottom layer will go hard and cold, and the top layer will stay hot. That's why he's going to mix the layers in, to make sure the whole quantity of chocolate goes cold out. You may be wondering how it's going to check the temperature of the chocolate. Because 32 degrees is a hard temperature to get to. As you can see, there's no thermometer lying around. He's going to use a chocolate maker's method. He's going to touch the chocolate onto his lip. The lip being the most sensible part of the body.
Alors, je prends. Il est encore un tout petit peu chaud.
Still too hot. By doing that, if the chocolate seems hot to him, it must be over his temperature of his body, 37 degrees. If the chocolate seems tepid, it must be between 35 and 37 degrees. And if he has a sensation of coldness, it must be between 31.5 and 32 degrees. He suggests using a thermometer if you're doing it for the first time.
Une deuxième fois. Bon. Alors maintenant, elle est à bonne température.
Satisfied with his work, he's now going to put it back into his bowl and start the work of the chocolate, which you're going to do. Seems easy, doesn't it? Now finally, to wash his table down. He's not going to use water, that would be a big mistake. Why? Because water is the worst enemy of chocolate. If you have water anywhere near your chocolate, you risk rotting your chocolate. For example, if you put truffles in a fridge, humidity will install itself between the ganache and the chocolate. Inside 5 days, you will find a green surprise called mushrooms. Very nice. So no truffles in the fridge.
من صار بلاك
And make sure it's totally clean. Just wash it off with paper. So today we're going to make truffles, chocolate bars and mendiant. We're going to start by the truffles.
On commence avec les truffes.
To make a truffle you need three things. Firstly, and most obviously, the chocolate. Secondly, the decorations. For the decorations, here we have a mix of amaretto alcohol, amaretti biscuits and almonds. Here we have meringue, egg whites and sugar, and finally Brazilian nuts. Brazilian nuts are a mix of all kinds of Brazilian nuts, such as cashew nuts, macadamia nuts, all sorts of nuts. And finally the ganache, the heart of the chocolate, made of cream and chocolate.
Alors,
Pick your ganache,
on ganache.
pop it into the chocolate, wrap it around,
Don't lose it.
tap it down to take as much chocolate off as possible so that the decorations stick, and then just put it in the decoration.
Avec la fourchette.
With the fork. It's very important to never use a spoon in the decorations. Now I cannot go back into the chocolate.
Une deuxième fois.
If you want to make a mix, this is the way to do it. No truffles flying from pot to pot, this is the way. You just put some decorations on your truffle, put it back onto the tray, and decorate it with your fingers. Sprinkle it on top.
Et voilà.
Any
Ok.
questions?
Maintenant, on va faire les tablettes. Tablette. Alors, le cornet, on le prend comme ça. Souffle.
Hold the cornet like that to make sure it doesn't wrap open, don't get chocolate everywhere. Spread a first layer on, a very thin first layer. Tap your tablet down to make sure that the chocolate goes all in the four corners, and then very easily just fill the gaps in. No need to empty the cornetto, just put as much chocolate as you think, as you want. Once that's done, you can start decorating. For the decorations, don't use any whole nuts. Why? Because if not, you won't be able to close your tablet. So, here we have almonds, hazelnuts, the dark colored ones are hazelnuts, pistachios, and pecan nuts.
On peut utiliser les épices aussi.
For the
Cannelle.
spices, that one's cinnamon, the lighter colored one is ginger, and finally pink pepper.
ça va au frigo.
You must start by your tablet because it's the one that takes the most time to set.
Après, c'est les mendiants.
For the decorations of the mendiant, to add to the ones you've already seen, we have peanuts, dried raisins, dried bananas, and papaya.
Les mendiants.
Squeeze a couple at a time out. Pat them down to flatten them out. And then decorate them however you want. Once you've done the classical shape, you can try, be creative, do it however you want. Write your name, draw something. It's up to you. The last group drew a dog, so everything's possible.
On fait 3 par 3.
Yeah. You don't make too many at a time, because if not, they'll have set and you won't have time to decorate. So make a couple at a time. Make as many as you want, but just in little batches.
Alors, maintenant 2 groupes, un truffe, un mendiant tablette et après on switch.
I need a group of 6 here and a group of 5 over there. We're going to switch afterwards. Look up this side.
I will start
Not all of
building
you.
now.
You can start, you can come
Around the
So I
table.
participate.
3 and 3. You can take